Hello everyone, and welcome back to our backyard garden. Well, today we're gonna harvest some of our worm casting. This two bin here, 1, 2, 3, has been here for a long time, and we continually put in the kitchen scrap into the bin to feed the worms. But today I'm gonna dig some of them out, and I'm gonna put back into the garden to recycle back into the garden, right? So before I do that, I want to give you a few look at some of the stuff I'm growing. So here I got 1 container, 2 container, 3 container there. So this container here is all just flowers. Here's nasturtiums, including the California puppy flowers. That one right there, it's the lemongrass. So as you can see, you can't even see the container anymore because they grow so much. The nasturtiums, this is the bushy variety. They don't climb. So look at it, they cover up the container. And this one here, I got some okra growing here. I planted them in April out in the garden, and it was kind of too cold, and the okra did not grow. Some of them actually died on me. But this one here did very well, grow enormously. As you can see how big the leaves are, right? So it's about almost 3 feet tall now. This container here is over 2 feet in diameter and about 14 feet deep. So now the roots actually penetrate down there, so it's getting plenty of nutrients. And you can see the base is very thick. So that one is tiny and producing some beautiful flowers. Look at that. So this is only 2 here that actually grow like this. The rest of them didn't really grow because the weather is just so erratic. It's cold and hot and cold. And then the previous months was, the weather was a little bit cooler, so they didn't grow at all, and some of them actually died. But anyway, so today I'm gonna harvest this. I wanna show you. I already dig out some of them already, but I just wanna show you how incredible some of this are. Now this here are some of the uneaten food, like scrap. But as you can see, they're very sticky because of the humus in the soil, the protein in the soil, and then including the worm casting. Some of this worm here, as you can see, this red one here, that's the compost worm. Some larger ones are just earthworm, but this guy here, this is just regular earthworm, and you can see the difference. They're big. They do the job too, and they help aerate the soil. They dig a lot of burrow beneath the soil. But the red wrigglers are the one that usually stay on top of the surface, and they help eat mainly the food scrap. Okay, so I got literally hundreds and thousands of, look at this, there's so many worms in here. So what I do is I already dug out some of this. And I will put them back into the garden so they can spread out the casting. And I usually bury this close or next to the plant, so then the roots can actually search for the nutrients and migrate, and the worms can migrate in and out, of the soil, and then continue to produce the beautiful casting. And as you can see here, it's nice and dark, and look at this, hundreds and thousands of worms in here. So this is very successful. But this is one of the mature bins here. This one too, I guarantee you, when I dig this up, there'll be plenty of worms. All right, so here I already prepare a 5-gallon bucket, and I want to show you what I do to the worm casting. Look at this, look at my tomatoes. Look at my single stem tomatoes are up to over 6 feet now, and look at them producing clumps of fruit already. You can see there. Look at that. So here I have a 5-gallon. Now I dug out some of the worms already, like I said, and I pre-dug a hole here next to one of my opal plant here, and including some of this other plants here. So I dug a little trench here, and as you can see actually some of the roots from the plants are coming there. All right, so I'll put in the worms here, and they will stay there because the stuff I dug out still contain a lot of scrap. So that means they will continually to feed. And if they want to migrate, you know, if the worm want to migrate throughout the garden, that's wonderful too. All right, so here, let me put this here. I'm trying to do this with one single hand. So just pick up this, put them back in there. As you can see, look at that. There's so many worms here. Look at that. Now, as soon as I do this, I'll just cover them up real quickly. So there'll be no problem, because if the worm exposed to the sun too long, they will die. Okay, they will be dried out really quickly. And the sun rays will actually kill the worm very fast because they dehydrate. So worms actually breathe through the skin. That's why they need a lot of moisture. But they cannot stay in the water per se. They just need a lot of, you know, moisture around the skin so they can breathe. Okay. All right, so here's, I think you guys get the idea. Look at this. There are hundreds and thousands of worms here. All right. So let me see if I can dump all this out into so that's it. All right, so this is a lot of worms here, including some kitchen scrap. That's why I do it. Bury back some of this, backfill some of this soil here into it. And as you can see here, I want to show you this here. So this is another okra plant here. I planted here over a month ago, like I say. But it only grow like maybe 12 inches, but it's tiny in comparison to the other one in the container. Because, you know, we didn't get enough sunlight here. It was very cool back in April, in May. So the plant did not grow. But the other one just grow like crazy. So here, all right, so you want to make sure you bury all this really good, like that. No choice, so I have to do a little digging here. Usually I don't like to dig soil, but you know, sometimes you just can't help it. And again, a lot of the soil here, you can see here, it's just sand, just not really much stuff here. Look at that, it's just sand. Look at this, this is purely sand. All right, so now that all right, so that's it, and that's it. And now I'll dig more. I will dig more certain spot. I will put down the worm compost in certain spots. So like this one right here, I'll put down some more, one more here. And that side I already did that, and that side there. So wherever, you know, there's an empty spot next to the plant, that's what you want to do it. You want to dig a little hole and then just transfer all the compost with the worms back into the garden. And that's how you recycle everything. All right, everybody, well, thank you for watching, and look like our garden is doing quite well, huh, son? Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, things are growing. By the way, this one is not a cucumber. It's some kind of melon. I don't know what it is, but it's not a cucumber. So this one here is the same as this one over here. Initially, we thought it was some kind of cucumber, but it's not. So the reason why I say it's not a cucumber, because the flowers, you can see right away that's not a cucumber. And here it looked like a little melon, some kind of melon. All right, so this one we cannot grow single stem. So what are we gonna do is we're gonna let it grow up here and then let it climb up to the trellis, and then we'll allow it to move to the right. All right, and then those right there, those are the fuzzy melon right there. So those can climb up there and then take over the trellis here. Now the beans finally comes up. You can see here, The beans are now 3 feet tall now, and they will able to occupy this trellis here. All right, so we removed some of the fennel. They were so big, so tall. It's unbelievable. They're over 6 feet tall now. All right, everybody, well, thank you for watching. Please post your comments for me if you have any questions, any idea, and we'll be back to make more video for you. And thank you for watching. Bye for now.